Hi everybody, my name is Raph Mannino. I graduated from Columbia College in the class of 2006, and I was part of the inaugural EDGE class back in 2005. Right now I work at UBS Financial Services in General Management, and the EDGE program administrators asked me to come here today and talk a little bit about some of my experiences when I was in EDGE, specifically what was going on right around the time that you guys are in right now, having just gotten your teams and just learned about the consulting projects you're going to work on. So specifically, I can remember that I was feeling a little bit of anxiety, to be completely honest, because we had just learned about these two significant projects that we were going to need to work on. We were going to need to write a business plan, and we didn't even have a business plan idea, so we were thinking, how are we supposed to pitch something that we haven't even come up with yet? And also, being one of the older edgers on the team, having the two high school students, having had a little bit of experience in business beforehand, and also being a pain in the ass type A personality, I figured that I was probably going to be taking on some kind of a leadership role within the team. So you stack those three things up, add on the fact that you're living in another country, it made me a little bit nervous. So I'd encourage you to keep in mind that there's a lot of great support built in the EDGE program. You've got a lot of people that are going to be there along the way, helping you out whenever you need, that you can reach out to, or that will just be checking in with you periodically to see how everything's going. Also, one of the things that helped us as we were doing our work was we kept a very, very close eye on our deadlines. So how much time do we have left until the first consulting project is due? How much until the second? How much until we have to pitch our business plan? To the extent where we even kept account of how many days were left on a dry erase board in our office that we updated every day. So I would encourage you to do the same thing, keep an eye on your deadlines, and constantly review where you are relative to your deadlines. So how much time do you have left? How much progress have you made? How does it look? Are you running behind? Are you okay? Are you ahead? So the two projects that we worked on were a hotel and restaurant company and a small communications company. And one of the big takeaways for me was the product that we were able to produce for the hotel company was much better than the product that we produced for the communications company, because we knew a lot more about the hotel company. So having that knowledge of the hotel, their clientele, their niche, their culture, all of that information that might seem a little bit frivolous from the start, at the end led to a much more tactical, much more actionable product that we produced for the hotel company, as opposed to the one that we produced for the communications company, which wasn't bad, but it was also a little bit more generic. So when you're learning about the companies that you're going to be working with, try and be as diligent as you can. So what is their clientele? What's their niche? What industry are they in, and where do they stack up compared to their competitors? So who are their competitors? How do they stack up in terms of this product or that service? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they about the same? What's the culture of the company? What's the history of the company? All those kinds of things are going to be important when you sit down and actually start doing the project. So that being said, let me move on to the business plan. Our business plan idea was the whiskey casino, and the whiskey casino was an idea that one of my teammates from Scotland came up with, which was a combination of a whiskey tasting and a casino night. So we had an idea where guests would come in and they would learn about different types of whiskey, as I'm sure if you don't know already, you will be finding out from all the booze you're going to be drinking. There are lots of different types of whiskey, and the idea was you would learn about the whiskey, you would taste the whiskey, and then you'd make a bet on, say, which region of Scotland it comes from, or whatever. Ultimately, we had a pilot event at the hotel company that we were consulting for, and that was a lot of incremental work in that we were going above and beyond, but it turned out to be a great exercise because it was not only valuable for us to see our idea in action, but we also got a lot of practice in using our network. So we used our network, obviously, to get the location. We did it at the hotel that we were consulting. We used our network to secure some free donated whiskey and some people to help us work the tables and some people to actually make the tables themselves and to invite all the guests in. We also had feedback forms for all of the people that were at the event. We used that to generate some primary research that went into our business plan. So one of the big factors for us, one of the reasons that we were willing to put in all that extra effort, was that the Whiskey Casino was something that we all felt really good about. It was something that we were all very excited about. We all really got behind it, and we all really could see it succeeding outside of Edge. So at this point, when you're starting to roll around in your head what kind of a business you want to come up with, I'd encourage you to try and come up with something like that you're all excited about, that you can really get behind. And that will make the product much more, it'll make the project, in the end, much more enjoyable to do, and it'll produce a much higher quality product in the end. That said, I wouldn't wait 4 weeks to come up with some kind of earth-shattering idea, because you do have a deadline that you need to hit. So when you come up with an idea that you're happy with, that you think is going to be great and you're excited about working on, go ahead with it. So to conclude, I'll just say, remember to have fun, take advantage of this great opportunity to learn about a new culture, to learn about business, to meet all these new people, go travel on the weekends, and with that, I am going to ask the program administrators to send around my email address if there's any other questions that any of you guys want to talk about, and please feel free to reach out to me if there's anything else. Thanks.